let's get into this video. The dangerous rise of gentle parenting. And now before we get into this, I want y'all to know my stance. I am one of them who believe in ass whoopings forever and always. I don't think spankings are bad, ever, you know? I think child abuse is terrible, absolutely. But sometimes you need to scold and spank your child. You have to teach them, like, there has to be consequences and punishment, you know what I'm saying? I got my ass whooped, not very often, but anytime I did some stupid shit, I got my ass whooped, and it taught me consequence. You know what I mean? Holy shit, already, man. Where my belt at? I wish one of my nieces would yell at me like that. Nigga, what?
Give me my phone, you idiot!
Look at the skin color of the people, by the way.
You want me to take your iPad away?
No!
Hands are not for hitting. I don't like that. That hurts.
Children are violently attacking their parents. Children are getting addicted to iPads, watching Cocomelon and Skibbity Toilet for hours. Math and reading scores are declining. What do these all have in common? They're the result of a new and growing trend: gentle parenting. Gentle parenting is exactly what it sounds like: being gentle to your child. Gentle parenting believes it's a war crime to punish a child. Spanking? That's child abuse. Yelling at your child? That's child abuse. Doing anything that upsets and angers your child? That's child abuse. What happens if your child is literally assaulting you and hurting you? Well, you need to sit down and talk about your feelings. Use logic to explain why hitting people is a big no-no.
See, and I get the whole logic shit, but we're giving logic to a 6-year-old? I think the problem with gentle parenting is that we start treating children like adults mad early. Oh, they're human beings. You can talk to them and communicate with them. Absolutely. But I have also seen children be told, don't touch that, you're going to hurt yourself, and they still do it. Like, you got to understand, kids are literally walking idiots. Literally. Up until I was 12, I was a walking idiot. So we have to treat them as such. Like, you have to, like, nurture and raise your child to understand consequence of actions. You know what I'm saying?
That's the mindset that gentle parenting advocates for. Gentle parenting was popularized in the 2010s in attempts to get rid of the authoritarian parenting styles that society was so accustomed to. But this trend backfired, creating a generation of bratty, selfish, violent, and entitled children. Children can be stubborn, and negotiating with them is hard. Try convincing a child that brain rot is bad for them, and you'll see what I mean. Because children rarely listen to logic and emotional reasoning, gentle parenting often fails. Watch how these gentle parents deal with their children's violence.
You can't slap his head, okay?
Please.
No, you can't slap his head, okay, Winnie?
Please.
Please don't do that. Ellie, please don't do that. Ow! No, gentle hands.
And you know what this reinforces? No consequence for action. Please don't. You're asking a child, you're begging a child not to do something. Begging. Please don't do that. Yo, if you don't fucking, well, I'm not gonna wild out. If you don't sit down right now. Move from that spot. You gotta really like there has to, this is the problem. Too many parents nowadays are trying to be their kids' friends. But you must understand something. I'm not your fucking friend. I am your father or your mother. Like, that's the problem. Y'all are trying to be your kids' friends. And you think that if you're not friends with your kids, they'll grow up to resent you and hate you. But what you don't understand is if you discipline your children right, they'll grow up and realize, like, yo, my mom or my dad really stopped me from getting into a lot of fuck shit because of the way they raised me. That's how I see it. Like, in the moment, of course, I was upset with my mom because she gave me an ass whooping. But looking back, yeah, I deserved that ass whooping. Like, I'm sitting here rationally like, yeah, you know what? I was bugging. I was tripping. You feel me? It's honestly a lose-lose situation because kids crave attention. If they only get attention when they do bad shit, regardless of the consequence, they'll continue to do it. But that's the thing. That's terrible parenting. Why are you only giving attention to your children when they're doing bad shit? I'm not saying only give attention to your children when they're doing bad shit, but there has to be checks and balances. Of course, love and cherish your children. That's why the way my mom raised me worked, because I knew that after my ass whooping, she'd be like, come eat food. I cooked you food. I knew that my mom was going to work 3 to 11 and then 11 to 7 in the morning. And before I came home from school, there were plates of food in the oven cooked already. Everything handled, clothes done, folded, everything. Room cleaned for me. Like, so I understood I did something bad and she wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't as a result of my action. She's not picking on me, she's disciplining me. You feel me? Now, okay, babies, I'm not, you kind of gotta be like, I don't think you should start disciplining children until they're old enough to like walk and like, you know what I mean? Like manage themselves. Infants, free game. They listen, those are little.
Cursed in front of Ma
free
Dukes,
games. Don't hit
accidentally
no
she
babies,
DANM
alright?
near tore my lips off loudly crying.
Nigga, I'll never forget. I was on my way to my homie's house and my mom called me. She's like, okay, you're going. How are you getting home? All this. And she's talking to me. And my homies are in the back, like trolling me. Like, you know how homies, TK, like shit like that. And I said, yo, shut the fuck up. And she heard me curse and made me come home. She's like, that's how you have to talk to your friends for them to respect the fact that you on the phone with your mother? Don't go. Bring your ass home. She said, don't go. Bring your ass home. If that's how you have to talk to them for them to respect the fact that you on the phone with your mother, bring your ass home. And I was sick. But when I really sit here and think about it now, that shit makes sense. Yo, I'm on the phone with my mom. Y'all can't give me some respect for 5 minutes? Granted, I know how kids are and I know they trolling, but it's a lesson. Like, you feel me? If you have to get out your body and talk like that, because I don't talk like that, chat. That's not how I speak in front of my mother. So for me to speak like that while I'm on the phone with my mother, I was out my body. And she realized that and said, hey, if this is how you have to move while you're around them, while you're on the phone with me, don't be around them. Bring your ass home. Simple enough.
No.
It might not seem like much, but these children are learning that they can hurt people without consequences. This is dangerous. If children learn that it's okay to hurt their parents, they begin hurting anyone they feel like. This is how bullies are created. Now, some will argue that these parents did not use gentle parenting correctly, but come on, give them some slack. Gentle parenting is so confusing and complicated, you should need a PhD if you want to use this parenting style. In gentle parenting, parents need to become a personalized therapist and counselor for their children, and in this process, a lot of parents are bound to become too loose, leading to bad and undisciplined children. Only parents who are good at understanding children's emotions and behavior should attempt this parenting style, because if done wrong,
What's up,
this
Abe?
parenting style
Or Av? Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I think gentle parenting, by all means, I'm never telling nobody how to raise their kids. I just think it's fucking stupid. Like, even the Bible saying spank your kids, spare the rod, but not the child. Exactly. Spare the rod, spoil the child. You feel me? Train a child up in the ways it should go and it'll never stray. You feel me? I'm a firm believer that discipline is necessary. Gentle parenting can be seen in a way a lot of single mothers raise boys. Right? You know why we have an issue with young black men in America? It's because single mothers raise boys with that gentle parenting in the sense of after a certain age, they stop disciplining and start arguing with your child. And it's not an argument. You're supposed to be like raising your child, but they're at that point where you can't physically do nothing to your son. So it's like now you cussing him out and you got to treat him like a grown ass man. And that fucks up his mentality because now he's 14 years old, being treated like a grown-ass man by his mother. So when he's out in the streets, he's operating like a grown-ass man. Whole time he's a child with the mindset of a child. That's why fathers are so important. Because when boys get in that teenage age, who's the disciplinary person? Their father. Boys get to a certain age, and I don't want to say they stop respecting their mother, but they start viewing her as, that's my mom. Like, nigga, by the age of 14, most men are taller than their mom. I was taller than my mom by 15, 16. My mom was like here to me. So now I'm like, okay, like, you feel me? Granted, I had great respect and honor for my mom. So like, till I was 18, I was like, really like, all right, you got it. But a lot of niggas don't care. You know what I mean?
could lead to disaster. And this isn't only about violence. When children learn that they can do whatever they want without any serious consequences, they begin to expect the world to revolve around them. And this is a mindset that's very hard to undo. If anything isn't going their way and they're unhappy about it, they throw a tantrum. This has led to a massive rise in classroom
And now on top of this, I'm sorry for pausing so much. People start pinning the bad behavior and outbursts on mental illness. oh, your child has ADHD, your child has bipolar disorder, your child has all these things, and now they start medicating kids.
Bro,
And
real
I'ma be
shit, when
honest
I
with
was
you.
around 7 I was heated because I had to go sleep on a Friday. Tell me why my dumb ass decided to tell my mom and my uncle to shut the fuck up and let me do what I want. Mind you, my mother is born and raised in Jamaica. Nigga, on my soul, my ass got tore the fuck up that day. I would sit for 3 days, man. Oh man, that shit threw me to like, yo, I gotta lock in. And I still apologize to my mom to this day, and she would cry and say, how do you still remember?
Jesus. Nigga told a Jamaican mother, shut the fuck up. I'm surprised you still alive to talk about it. But like I was saying though, like this bad behavior that stems from lack of discipline and training at home leads to schools being like, oh, your child has anger issues, has bipolar disorder, has ADHD, is on the spectrum, has autism, when in reality, they're fucking kids. Yo, take a 5-year-old and sit them down somewhere and see how long they sit still. They don't have fucking ADHD. They're 5. They need discipline, nigga. Like, that's it. Like, I'm telling you, bro, a lot of the shit niggas diagnose kids with and be like, oh, your child has mental illness and they need all this medication to be able to behave and sit still in school. No, they need an ass whooping. That's what they don't need medication. They don't need a doctor. They don't need to see a therapist. They need an ass whooping. I bet you give that little child a good 2 across the ass with a belt, they'll sit down. They won't move. I promise you that much. Because it happened to me. I did some fuck shit, ass whooping. I sat there silently. And I remember my mom was like, let me hear you make a sound. Let me hear you cry. I'll give you a reason to cry. Them was words. Listen, ain't no words hit me like that in my life. I'll give you a reason to cry. I said, and sat there. Silent, nigga. Not a word. But hey, you know what? They'll take that, and in a day, they'll forget about it. But they'll remember that moment, and the next time they go to do some fuck shit, they'll be like, last time I did this is what happened, so I'm not gonna do it.
Another, a lot of
behavior
these
in the
kids
last
get a
few
phone
years.
pushed into
Here's
their
a kindergarten
face by the
teacher
age of 1. I
talking
swear
about
it'd be frying
Gentle
their brains.
parent.
I'm telling you, I'm raising my kids. You not on the internet till you 16, bro. Your
Take
internet,
that child
your
to
internet will
Africa.
be used.
Them African schools don't play, man. They teach real discipline.
Nigga, I went to school in Trinidad and
I've
Tobago
never
for
yelled
a
or
year.
argued with my parents because when I would get my ass beat and 2 my dad would Bautista bomb my ass, then proceed to whoop me with his fat ass leather size 15 sandals.
You from an African home.
Ting is ruining our children. We can't do much when students misbehave, when they're yelling, when they're cursing, when they're throwing chairs. They're trying to hit teachers with their jackets. They are stomping on their feet.
You know why though? Because they know that worst comes to worst. When their parents get called to the school, it'll be a yelling or like timeout or some shit, and they'll be good to go. You know?
That is not okay. That is when gentle parenting has not benefited that child.
A nationwide survey found
How
that
is school in
68%
Trinidad
of
and
teachers
Tobago, TK?
experience verbal abuse from their students. Classrooms have turned into real-life Call of Duty lobbies.
Bro, did you really say that, bro?
This 14-year-old repeatedly calling his African-American teacher a racial slur.
Bro, say it too, bro. We're right here, bro. Everybody's watching.
This is a lack of discipline. My nigga, yo, do you know the type of cojones it takes to step to a grown man like this? This nigga don't have a father in his life. I know for a fact he has a single mother, bro. Because if he had a father in his life, he'd understand the consequences of stepping to a grown man,
Evie
nigga.
Caribbean kids got hit with that wooden spoon.
He'd understand the consequences of stepping to a grown man, nigga.
How was school in Africa, TK?
Hurling a
I didn't go to school in Africa. I went to school in Trinidad and Tobago.
I remember getting in trouble at school once, and on God, this nigga called me and said that was my last
44%
strike.
of teachers cite
I
student
walked home slow
misbehavior
as fuck,
as a
not
top
seeing
source
his
for
car at the crib,
job-related
not knowing my
stress.
brother had his car. This nigga was behind the door waiting on me with a spiked belt. You're just air.
Significant decrease in accountability and consequence. It's not surprising that unfortunately this is spilling over into the behavior of students.
Tune, I'm not saying having a single mother is the excuse. I'm saying having a single mother has led to a lack of discipline. You feel me? Because now I don't know his home life, but I'm sure his mother was raised in our generation, right? She's probably mid-30s. And she's probably one of those parents that felt like, oh, growing up, ass whoopings I didn't like, so I'm not doing that to my kid. Now look at your kid.
In school.
It's no wonder why there's massive teacher shortages in countries all around the world now. This wasn't as large of a problem back in the 2000s as it is now.
Y'all ever got hit with an extension cord? Nah, I had siblings, so my mom would be like, go find me a belt, and not no light shit either, or else I'm whooping you. You don't know what it's like to be threatened by your mama to be an accomplice to the ass whipping of your siblings. I'm out here trying to look out for my little brother, and she like, don't bring that weak belt neither, or else you lining up with him. Now I gotta, it's like, I'm telling you, it's like watching Master.
Used to get
It's
my
like
tail
watching
looped with
Slave
a
Master
wide-ass
getting
rear
niggas
leather
right.
belt, and Pops always had a cord in his truck in case we get out of line skull.
Shit crazy.
Y'all
bro.
ever get pistol whipped?
Wait a second. Pistol whipped? That's abuse. That's abuse. What's up, Kindred?
And misbehavior
abuse.
isn't the only consequence. Children are becoming lazy
That's
and
abuse,
slow.
gang.
Parents simply hand an iPad or an iPhone to their children to shut them up and let the device do the parenting. Children begin to watch highly stimulating content, with toddlers watching Cocomelon and older children doom-scrolling YouTube
Bro, I got
shorts
hit with the
and watching
buckle
brain
once, and I
rot
tried to
content.
stop him and grab
And
the
at
belt
first,
this
parents
nigga
see
sat
nothing
on me
wrong
and
with
beat
this,
my ass while my
until they
dog
try
was
to get
trying
the
stop
children
him. I
to
got
stop.
scratched and beat on.
Alright, chill on the TTS for now.
Take your iPad away? No! Okay, well, it's time for bed.
Look at his sister, bro. Sister, like, what the hell?
With control.
Many parents don't take the measures to limit their child's screen use or monitor their content. If this continues long enough, the child actually becomes addicted to their iPad or iPhone and builds an emotional dependence on it. Without their device, they can't be happy. Many studies have found that excessive screen use can interfere with brain development in children by lowering cortical thickness and damage the prefrontal cortex, parietal lobe, temporal lobe, and occipital lobe. In simple terms, the brain is getting f***ed. These brain changes make it even more difficult for children to identify and regulate their emotions, which could be why children get so angry when their iPads are taken away. And this isn't the child's fault. Children don't know better. It's the parent's responsibility to ensure that the children don't misuse technology. But because gentle parenting strongly
Getting
advocates
slapped
against
or punched
punishment,
made yo ass feel like a bitch cause you had to take it tears of joy.
I never forget Mom Duke's open palm slapped the fuck out of me while I was half asleep in front of my siblings and everybody woke up. I snuck out the crib to go hoop with the homies at some place, and I came home, she just got off work, I was half asleep. I ain't gonna lie, I've never been slapped so hard in my life, bro. I dead woke up. Like, you know how in fight night you get hit, and when you dazed, it's like, oh my God, he's stunned. Yo, she hit me, I'm telling you, I was like, God damn. I was sitting there seeing
My mom
stars.
airbended a chancleta before that motherfucker bent 2 corners and fucked me up.
Oh my God.
and many parents interpret this as avoiding any action that makes the child upset. Many parents become too reluctant to take away screen time. But this isn't just about screen time. The detrimental effects of screen addiction carry on to other aspects of the child's life, and one of these is school. Children are underperforming at every single grade level. A study
Hashtag
investigated math and reading scores of 4th and 8th
Gone, get the
graders
kids
and
right.
found that the majority do
Fuck
not
it,
meet
iPad.
proficiency.
Switch to.
And it makes
Only
sense.
switch you
When
get
children's
in is
brains
this
are
thing.
so fried from spending hours on their screens, that brain damage happens to affect how they perform in school. Along with this, when children spend years spending all their time playing and using a screen rather than doing chores or learning, they grow a lazy mentality that's very difficult to reverse. Even basic elementary school academics become too much to handle, as they have zero willpower or discipline. Parents need
Not
to
to mention
understand
the
that
shit kids are consuming is mostly brain rot. At least the cartoons I was watching as a kid were cool but educational.
Yo, the cartoons we was watching as kids was teaching niggas real life lessons. That's So Raven was teaching kids not to smoke. Now, I don't even know. Listen, I see some of the cartoons my nieces watch. I'm like, yo, what is this dumb shit? Like, what are we eating? Like, I'd be like, yo, it's not even like entertaining. It's quite literally just brain rot. Like, yo, cartoons now are terrible. Like, back in the day, at least cartoons had like some purpose, bro. Like, That's So Raven's not a cartoon. You know what I mean, bro.
dangers of these screens and regulate screen time, even if it ain't.
Facts, now niggas getting taught to be gay.
Their children. The rise of gentle parenting has led many parents to allow their children long hours of screen time. And even if this isn't the mindset that gentle parenting is advocating for, it is the mindset that gentle parenting has popularized. So we need to either start warning against the dangers of failed gentle parenting, or stop promoting this parenting style so heavily. So far, we've discussed the dangers that arise when—
Why do kids need to know about that? I don't know, bro. It never made sense to me, bro. I get it, bro, you know, but I'll never understand the inclusion of like sexual orientation in like children's shows or cartoons. Like, okay, cool. If the child grows up one day and decides they want to be gay, straight, lesbian, or bi or whatever, cool. But why does a 6-year-old, 7-year-old need to know what lesbian relationships look like? Oh, they need to be exposed to it and understand that this is okay. All right, nobody said it was wrong. It's not like we're showing cartoons where they're shaming like gay people and shit. Nobody's doing that. Like, it's just that, like, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro.
Parents misunderstand the gentle parenting method and use it incorrectly. But even if done correctly,
I feel like it's just like force fed. Like, you don't have to force it in there. I'm not saying you can't include the shit, but I feel like they're like force feeding it to the point where it's like, oh, you have to see this so that way you know it exists. Like, okay, I know it exists. Like, we know it's a thing. Like, nobody's saying it's not a thing. Nobody's saying there's anything wrong with it. You feel me? It's like, why do you have to shove it down people's throats? Like, you feel me?
Parenting style can still lead to disaster. You see, gentle parenting works off the assumption that a child is an emotionally intelligent creature who understands the morality of their actions.
That's the most retarded shit I've ever heard.
But the unfortunate reality is that most children are not like this.
I'm not gonna lie, if anybody ever said this shit to me, I actually might think they're brain dead.
Works off the assumption that a child can still lead to disaster. You see, gentle parenting works off the assumption that a child is an emotionally intelligent creature who understands the morality of their actions.
The little niggas eating glue? The little niggas that be tasting soap? Sniffing Sharpies? Yo, you know what's hilarious? My brother was 3 years old. We lived in Trinidad and Tobago. He got on top of the porch and jumped off headfirst onto a brick. My youngest brother, Jalen. Swear to God, cross my heart, hope to die. Why? I have no idea. The little nigga just did it. Like, dead ass, stood on the ledge in his pamper at like 3 years old and said, on some speed shit and just landed on that shit, bro. I remember we were living in Connecticut, and I think I told y'all this story before. I was sitting under a tree in our yard, vibing, and I got hit with a rock to the head. Out of nowhere. Just whoop. I'm like, what the fuck? I look over, and my little brother like this. I think he was like 6 or 7. I'm like,
I did the same shit, but on my mom bag.
He has no idea why he did it. He literally said, I just wanted to see if I could do it. He was like, I picked up the rock and I was like, huh. And he just threw it and hit me in my head, sniped me. No idea. That's kids though. Like, kids don't like rationally think about shit. They just be doing shit. You feel me?
But the unfortunate
CTE kicked in? Hey man.
Reality is that most children are not like this. In a child's early stages, particularly up to the age of 5, children have a trait known as egocentrism, which is the inability to understand perspectives other than their own. These children haven't developed enough cognitively to understand the concept that other people perceive situations differently than they do. For example, when playing hide and seek, a toddler might cover their own eyes, believing that nobody can see them because they aren't able to see anyone else.
How old were you when you spat on him? We was grown. I was 18. I think he was like 14. I think that's listen, bro. I think that's the first time me and him, I think that's the first and only time me and him got into a fist fight. Which is crazy because it all started because I was trolling. Like, so back then, we lived in an apartment and we shared a room. Like, this was right before we got our house in Florida. And I shared a room with my little brother, right? And he was walking by me and I shoulder checked that nigga. And I was like, yeah. Like, just trolling shit. Like, nothing serious. And I don't know what happened. I don't know why he was so angry, but he was dead angry. And I was like, I was rage baiting him. Like literally rage bait. Like he was like, bro, stop. And I was like, what you gonna do? You gonna fight me, nigga? You gonna smoke? And he was like, bro, stop. I'm not playing with you. And I was like trolling him. And then the nigga punched me in my mouth and he busted my lip. And I was like, wait, you really mad? So then, right? I was like, my sister comes in and breaks it up. Cause like now we're actually about to go at it. And I was like, oh nah. I was like, nah, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I dead looked at my sister. Her boyfriend was there. And I remember saying to them, I said, yo, I'm not mad. I want my 30 seconds. I said, I'm not mad. I just want my 30. I was like, I'm not mad. I swear to you, I'm not mad. Just give me my 30. Nigga said, okay. I said, all right, word. Niggas want to throw punches? Watch this. I said, all right, word. Listen, I've never thrown hands like that in my life. Listen, dog, I said, all right, word. You want to hit niggas? Let's do it. Listen, he trying to tackle me. Hit him with a mean one. I swear to nigga, for a little bit. I swear for like 2 seconds, he was out of it and then he got back up, right? And I'm talking about I'm whooping the nigga. I'm like, yeah, let's run it, nigga. Cause I was like I was trolling and he really punched me in my mouth. So I'm like, all right, you wanna box? We can box. Hit that nigga with a mean one, right? Now they break it up and I get back to trolling myself. Beat your ass, pussy. Now what? What? Fuck, you wanna fight me? Let's do it. What's up? You mad? Let's show me something. And he, and I ain't gonna lie, I wilded out. I spit at him. I didn't spit on him, I spit at him, right? I was out my mind. Listen, I was genuinely like turned up. And y'all know me, when I turn up, I'm aiming to kill. I'm sorry. I don't get angry. It takes a lot for me to get angry, but once I'm turned, it's over with, right? We was arguing, they separate us. I said, that's why you pussy. And I spit at him. It didn't hit him, but it was like landed near him, right? It didn't hit him. Tell me why the little nigga go to the kitchen and grab a knife. He was like, oh, you fucking crazy. Spazzing. I was like, yeah, nigga. Little nigga went to the kitchen and grabbed a knife. Bro, my sister locked me in her room and they like, Jalen, put the knife down. He's like, nah, kill him. I was like, look at you, nigga. Fuck wrong with you, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Yeah. We was wildin', nigga. What? Nigga, he was like, fucking kill him. He fucking crazy. That nigga trying to spit on me, I'll kill him. What? So then, shit broke up, whatever. Shit ended. And my sister's ex-boyfriend at the time, or boyfriend at the time, was like, yo, you gotta just leave the house, bro. Like, you gotta leave the house, dog. So I'm like, fuck it. So he put the knife down already, and my sister got him on the couch, she talked to him, and I'm walking out, and I was like, pussy nigga, now what? And cause there was stairs. Couch was over here, and I'm going down the stairs, and I'm like, pussy nigga, now what? Fuck, untouched, nigga, do something about it. And the nigga tried to chase me down the stairs. I get out, I hear him
No wonder why you got the wrong balloon and was throwing them bitches that hard.
Kill him. My sister holding him back. She's like, Jalen, stop. He trying to go down the stairs. I'm walking out. I feel like a man, nigga. Can't nobody tell me shit. I'm walking out that shit. I was like, yeah, pussy nigga, now what? Do something, nigga. Fuck, untouched, nigga. Walk out, leave, we go get food. I bought him Wendy's or some shit. What did this all start over again? I trolled him. That's literally was it. I was trolling. And he was genuinely upset about something. And I was rage baiting the nigga and the nigga punched me. Literally. I was rage baiting the nigga. Like, I'm telling you, this dead didn't, we weren't fighting over nothing serious, nothing crazy, nothing like, I dead just shoulder budged him and was trolling him. And he punched me. And when he punched me, I was like, cause he had he pushed me, whatever. Nigga, close fist punched me in my lip. And I was like, is that deep? So now, how old were you? I was 18 and he was like 14.
Or a toddler might offer their favorite toy to someone else, believing that they would enjoy the toy just as much. But children also have a hard time understanding how their own actions can upset others. A toddler might slap his mom, thinking it's funny. Because the toddler finds it funny, the toddler believes his mom will also find it funny. In this scenario, gentle parenting would advocate using logic and emotional reasoning to explain why slapping is bad.
Would you beat your kids? Would I?
Toddler will have a very different.
Would I?
difficult time understanding these concepts because these concepts are too
The first one gonna set the trend.
TK better than me, I would have start teabagging on some troll shit LMAO.
The first ass whooping I give my children gonna set the trend. They gonna know better. They gonna know better.
Do you think you could bait your brother like that again though, Janek's point?
Nah, my brother's, it's crazy. My brother's gone through like some insane changes. My brother in Connecticut was a white boy. Soccer shoes, running across frozen lakes, ice skating, indoor soccer, collecting crawfish. He had a rock collection. Like when my little brother was in Connecticut, he was like a white boy. He moved to Florida, and from middle school till he graduated, nigga turned into a Florida young nigga. Like I'm telling you, he was fighting niggas. He was fighting niggas in school. Started smoking. I was like, yo, who are you, nigga? Right? Nothing wrong with soccer, but I'm just trying to show you the change. He went from a Connecticut nigga to a Florida young nigga, right? And
the
then
first kid gone talk about me how they used to talk about Genghis Khan.
And then he graduated high school, and for like a year or two, he moved out the house like immediately. Like my little brother went through a phase where like him and my mom didn't see eye to eye for shit, like anything. Like he got a job early. He moved out the crib, was living with his girlfriend because he was grown, but my mom was like, yo, like you live in my house. You're not gonna be coming home at any hour of the day. So he was like, all right, word, I'm just not coming home. So he moved in with his girlfriend, right? And then he came back because they figured it out, and she was like, okay, I understand, like, you're an adult, and I can't tell you what to do, but still, like, you know, try to be home at a reasonable time. And then he just became one of them old head niggas. Fishing, dogs, working, like, I'm telling you, in the time he's gone from 14 to where he is now, I think he turns 25 next year. He's 24 right now. In this 10 years, I've seen 3 stages of life. Like, he's literally grown up so much in front of my eyes. I'm like the stages he's gone through are insane to me. I'm telling you, he's had 3 different, like 3 different individual stages. Little white boy, Florida YN nigga, wise old nigga. Like, now he's mellowed out. He don't really get, like, it take a lot for him to get angry. He's kind of laid back. He be learning shit. He was the one who was like, don't get the COVID shot. He's like, I remember him and my mom got into it because he was like, I'm not getting that COVID shot. Like, I'm not getting that COVID shot. And she was like, oh no, you know, you might die. You need you to be safe. He was like, I'm not doing that shit. He's the only one who ain't get it. He ever get sick? I don't know. I don't think he ever caught COVID. But yeah.
too complicated and beyond their cognitive capacity. It's like,
nigga was Thorfinn at 14, yeah, bro. Nah, no cap. He
the
low-key is
experienced
Thorfinn.
life father, that's how it be FR.
He really was Thorfinn, though. He had his little angry, he had his period where he was angry at the world, and then he realized, I have no enemies.
teaching algebra to a toddler. Maybe some toddlers will understand it, but for most, their brains just aren't ready for it. And you can't force these complex concepts onto a child, because they're just going to end up being confused and won't learn anything. But you know what does work? Operant conditioning. Toddlers' brains are too premature to understand concepts of empathy and morality, but their brains are capable of association. A toddler can associate a certain action to a certain outcome. For example, a child understands, if I eat this broccoli, mom will give me ice cream. Or, if I slap mom, I will be punished. For most children, this method of parenting will be the most effective. Apparently, this method is considered harmful nowadays, which I personally think is BS. Like adults, children have different levels of emotional and social intelligence. Some children might learn concepts of empathy and morality very quickly, and gentle parenting will be very effective for these children. On the flip side, some children are especially stubborn and selfish,
Harmful?
and disregard the feelings of anyone.
Rico, we live in a soft generation, bro. Everything is harmful. Everything is harmful, bro. Everything is harmful, bro.
Else. These
They
children
think
can still be
everything's an
raised
issue.
to become kind and understanding people. They just need to be specifically raised to understand that their negative actions will lead to negative consequences. If these children are raised with gentle parenting,
husband
even
ever
if
gets
done
away
correctly,
with-
they might
lets
still
my
end up
kids get
being
away with
violent or
slapping me, the
narcissistic.
divorce will
And
be
that's what we're
swift.
seeing happening so often these days. Now
What's
here
up,
comes the
Asia?
controversial part of the video. I know a lot of you will get triggered by this part. If you disagree with me or want to type any hate comments, then go ahead. I actually read most of the comments on every video I post, so I'll probably see what you write. Our society has become soft. Parents are afraid to be strict towards their children because they believe it might traumatize them. Nowadays, people commonly talk about having PTSD because their parents yelled at them. PTSD. Yeah, try telling that to a soldier or a war veteran. I'm not advocating for a harsh...
No, bro. I think the problem with modern day society is that we've all congregated on the internet, and now we have idiots who fucking co-sign the stupid shit people say. So when someone gets on the internet and be like, yeah, my mom beat me because I stole the car when I was 14, but I think that was the wrong way to do it. There's dumbasses on the internet who say, oh yeah, your parents shouldn't have done that. So we validate stupid shit. That's why we live in a soft generation. Everybody's like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. And yeah, bro, like we co-sign dumb shit in the name of accepting everybody's emotions and feelings. But have we ever considered that maybe some of these niggas is retarded? Have we ever considered that maybe some of these niggas' brains don't work normally?
Aggressive parenting. Parents should mostly be gentle and try to understand their children. But the harsh truth is, sometimes, no matter how much you negotiate with them, children will only want things to go their way. In cases like this, where gentle parenting does not work, being strict is the only solution.
My situation is different, but I still hear my mom yelling at me and saying hurtful things to me in my head to this day, ever since I was 16.
See, that's different from discipline though, because she's saying things to hurt you. She's not saying things to help you be better. Like, I'm extremely blessed because my mom never said anything to hurt me. Like, anytime she was disciplining me, she was telling me what you did was wrong and these are the consequences for your actions. Simple.
Thank you. Stop! Sit down, please. Luca, sit down. Luca, sit down!
Wow.
Your feet off the table. That's not nice. You're eating. That's nasty. Yes, nasty. Put it down. Get your feet off the table. Get them off. Now.
Because so many parents nowadays are reluctant to be strict towards their children, we end up with children who are unafraid of their own actions. Children who don't believe in authority and believe that they can act in their own self-interest. Along with this, a child who's never been yelled at will become soft. They won't be prepared for when the time eventually comes when someone does yell at them. They will be in shock, experiencing strong emotions of anger or fear. If a parent doesn't discipline their children,
okay,
the
so
world
you were
will.
differentiating abuse and discipline. Got
If this
you.
trend keeps
Yeah. There's a difference between abuse and discipline.
up, future generations will become emotionally
Not all discipline is abuse, and not all abuse is discipline.
weak, selfish, and sensitive. Of course, frequent punishment for trivial reasons is harmful. If a child does not understand why
I
the
feel like
parent
there's
is
always
punishing
been a
them,
line drawn between discipline and abuse, but people just started thinking like Patrick and wanted to move disciplinary actions where abuse is.
Oh, for sure.
they will be left confused and sad.
Like I said, we got soft, bro. So niggas start saying, oh, the reason why my life sucks is because my mom beat me when I was a child, and not because you decided instead of learning from your mistakes to lash out and like clash with your parents, and you not taking accountability.
This can lead to self-esteem and mental health problems later on in the child's life. But if punishment is used only when needed and as a last resort, the
Most girls are closer with their dads. I'm a firm believer you need both parents in the households, because fathers will treat their sons and raise them to be good men, but baby their daughters and treat them and teach them how to properly be treated by a man. While mothers will nurture their sons and raise their daughters to be upstanding women and have like morals, you know?
would know exactly why they are being punished, and they will realize that they are doing something wrong. This is very important for the personal and moral development of a child. So what kind of parenting style does our society
My
need?
mom did some wicked shit. She had me thinking I was off.
A parenting style with balance, knowing when to be gentle, when to set clear boundaries, and when to punish. If parents
I
apply
do think
certain
some
principles
parents don't
from
know
gentle
how to discipline
parenting,
and just use their past trauma to pass it to their children.
such as empathy and emotional connection and understanding, while also implementing strict rules and punishments, children would experience the best of both worlds. Children will be emotionally intelligent and have healthy relationships with their parents, but also have the discipline to succeed in life and understand that their actions have consequences and that they must show respect to other people. Gentle parenting is not for everyone, but you know what is for everyone? My videos. That's right. Anyone can gain IQ by watching my videos. What? You don't believe me? Okay, well just go to my channel and watch any of my videos. No, actually watch all of them and see if your IQ change at all, okay? Like this one, watch this one. This one's pretty good. And
there's slavery going on in South Asia?